Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Conversations with D. I have my beautiful guest, the special guest fitness expert, educator, entrepreneur, personal trainer, Arminta Crosby. And she is a graduate of the illustrious George Mason University with the English Bachelor's of Arts, a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and she is here.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much
Yes.
for having me, for inviting me, for thinking of me. I'm a little under the weather, so I am on standby with my tea, but I would not miss it, did not want to miss it for anything. So if I sound kind of froggy, that's just because of the weather is playing with my spirit. But I'm very excited and I'm ready. Let's get into
I'm happy to have you. So I've known of you since 2011, 2012. So I want to tell people this. So like she has
Okay.
always been empowering, uplifting. I met her at Pretty Lady Pole Fit, and she's a co-owner with her friend Carla, and just an inspiring environment. I mean, uplifting. They had classes like the booty fitness. I remember the 30-day. I would always do the 30-day one. I would wake up at 6, 7 a.m. in the morning. She actually lived in my old apartment building. So so yeah, Arminta looked out for me. I mean, literally, like it
Mm-hmm.
was a time when I was going through a lot, depression wise. And so that was great to have somebody that looks like me and a black business owner. And I mean, I remember the pole classes that they had. I never took none of them because look, my legs ain't doing what they used to do, but it weren't doing what they used to do. But however, I do remember that and I do recall that. And I mean, she just has always been inspiring. She's a mover and shaker in the DMV area. I mean, she always has a class. She has something that's going on this, I want to say, in a couple of days. I just seen it on
Yeah.
Instagram and I got to put that on my
Hmm.
page. But that's just something that I like about her, and it's inspiring and empowering. And when I reached out to her, I was like, I gotta have her because we've been meaning to get like I had literally wanted to have her on a
Yeah.
while back. So divine timing, that type of thing. So it's great to have her, and all that she does in the fitness arena in general. And when she didn't initially start out in fitness, she started out in English. So that's great as an English teacher, I believe. And
Yep.
I remember those things because of the talks that we had around those times back in the day, not to age us, but yeah, so I do remember those
Girl.
things. And I guess I
Yeah.
say that because you never know who you come into in their presence. You never know who that person is and who they
Right.
are and what they can, bring to your life and how
Amen.
they, you just never know. So always stay on your toes and, always treat people kindly because you
Yep.
never know. No
You
matter
never
if it's
know.
a janitor, no matter if it's a homeless individual, you always treat people kindly. You just never know. Those roles
Yep.
can reverse as we've seen. And
Amen.
also, she has a black job, a wonderful black job. And yeah, so
Love
yes,
it. I love
yes,
it.
black excellence. And
Thank
we
you.
know
Thank you
that
so much.
roughly only 7.1 to 8% of black women make up the fitness trainer arena. And they're also considering that the fitness influencer. And for me, that's great, but I know that it's more to that, it's bigger than that. You
Yeah.
have people that are in the kinesiology field, which the field is the human body, the study of how the human body moves,
Yep.
entailing anatomy, physiology, psychology, sociology, and
For
many other
sure.
sciences. So when you think of rehabilitation, which Arminta works in, she's helping people with movement, regain their movement, people who have gotten into car accidents, people who have, had a number of things happen to them, people with disabilities, helping to prevent injuries, speeding up the process of and what's the word? I'm sorry. Speeding up the
Like you had
recovery
to.
process.
Yes. I'm just here to
Those
be a
things,
pretty
right?
girl. You got all the information.
Thank
Yes.
you. And
Everything.
guiding people to better health.
Yes.
And in the black arena, we are always hearing stuff about BMI. BMI is not for us. It was created for by a European individual. Our body is very complex. It is very interesting. And our makeup does not even encompass that. So, for instance, when you're telling us that we weigh 150 pounds and we're overweight, that is not accurate for everybody's height. That person might not be overweight because how they hold muscle mass. People who are taller carry weight better. We know that, right? So they might can have that 150 to 160, depending on the height or whatnot, and they can look well and they're not overweight. It's all about how the person
Right.
carries it. So that's just some
I like to
helpful things.
say that, right, fitness looks different on every body, on each individual person's body. The level of fitness and what fitness and being fit looks like will vary. So yeah, for sure.
And that's excellent. Like people really don't know that. Like they really go by that BMI, like body mass index. That's the name of it, everybody. But it's
Hmm.
different. So we're gonna get into it. So your
Let's
journey
get into
in
it.
fitness and education. So
Yeah.
what inspired you to pursue a career in fitness and step out of education?
I honestly was in a period where I was unsure if I was servicing my community, my school community, to the best of my ability. Um, as many people understand about education and teaching in the inner city, which I specifically wanted to do, it's very likely you get burnt out fast. And I felt the burnout coming. I felt it creeping up on me. And before I would do something damaging, I decided to see if there's anything else out there that I may be interested in. And I've been a lifelong athlete. I think it came from, my generation where they say go outside and play. I was the go outside and play generation. So I was always doing something physical. I have a lot of male cousins. So I was always at the basketball courts or just being around athletic people. And I just pick up to it and clung to it. And I can recall maybe I was maybe 11 or 12 and I could beat boys, older than me racing down the streets. And they
Mm,
would come from different neighborhoods to race me. And I would be racing until the street lights came on and people would be like, "I bet you can't beat her. I bet you." And they literally tried to bet me and race me, and it happened. And they didn't win too often, but I've noticed that
mm,
by the time I was getting beat, these were like 14-year-old boys, and I'm like 12 or 11 years old racing them. So imagine different people coming up to race a person, but I'm doing the same race with just different
mm,
people over and over again. And I just noticed how often I would not lose, and I was like, oh, I guess I am pretty fast. People were like, wow, she's really fast, and I didn't really realize it because you're a kid, you're just playing around. I just wanted to be accepted. I just wanted to be, just and someone who stood out for being themselves. So I guess it's like that. Sorry, I'm still a little.
No, you're fine. No, no. Look, it's
So
all.
that's kind of how I got into noting and noticing that I was fit. It came from a young age, and I'm so grateful that I was an outside kid and I was someone that didn't mind going outside to play.
And so, how has your educational background influenced your approach to fitness and wellness?
I believe in my whole heart that I'm a better trainer because I was a teacher first. Being a teacher and getting certified to teach, you really got to know how to teach different types of people. There are certain individuals that learn from you modeling. There are certain individuals that learn from explanation, detailed explanation, and there's some people that learn from numerical, step one, step two, step three. Some people learn by visuals. They need to, and some people need to actually do it, even though they don't know what they're doing at first. They just need to go through the processes. So being able to be an educator, I understood that, and I was able to successfully do it in the classroom. So that just naturally came to me when it was time to get into the fitness world. So not so hard to do once you understand how people learn.
And what would you say are your defining moments that solidified your passion for health and fitness, if any?
Ooh, that's a good one. A defining
Thank
moment.
you.
It sounds odd, and I feel odd in saying it, but I don't know if there was a moment as much as my life has been the moment.
Mhm.
I am running my own business. I am an entrepreneur. I am a woman in business. And I stepped out on the faith that I could do this on my own and on
Mhm.
my own terms. And having clientele and being able to make it my lifestyle.
Mhm.
That's been
Mhm.
my moment. My moment is
Mhm.
every time they pay me. So I mean, I like to um, not live life based on accolades. I think it's really hard for me to, when even answering some of the questions before, it was hard for me to find a ah moment. You know what I mean? Because my ah moment happens all the time, and I'm so grateful that I get acknowledged through people investing in me and investing in my business, that they believe and that I can do this. Because if I wasn't good at it, I wouldn't be able to do it for so long. That answer is that
And
again?
yeah, that was good. What were some of your biggest milestones in your journey as a fitness professional?
Again, I would say the ability to operate multiple businesses.
Mhm.
I would say the fact that I received a full scholarship to college. I
That's
would
awesome.
say at some point I qualified for the Olympic trials. I would say being able to be ranked top in the nation as an All-American. I would say
That's
holding
amazing.
holding records in track and field still to this day. That's been there since 1992. I think I have some records out there. Those
Mhm.
things really drive me, and they continue to let me know, that I'm here.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
Beyonce said I was here. So
Yes.
I love my journey in that it was not very easy at all. Just life circumstances we all face growing up black, growing up
Mhm.
poor, growing up in poverty, growing
Mhm.
up in projects. Those are hurdles and obstacles that I had to overcome
Mhm. Mhm.
to
Mhm.
get to the place where I am now, for sure.
So you segued into my next question that says, have you faced any unexpected career shifts or challenges along the way? So you mentioned that a little bit right there. Could you like expand a little bit
Which thing? Which
on
part?
so it says, have you faced any unexpected career shifts or challenges along the way? Like
Well,
you were talking about a few of them,
the
the
career
challenges.
shifts to shift from education in which you have a contract in which you have insurance and
Mhm.
pension and a
Mhm.
401k.
Mhm.
That's what keeps a lot of people at their jobs, and that's nothing wrong with that. I want
Yeah.
to also sound the alarm for people who work and sometimes we are surrounded by people and we let social media make us feel like we should be being an influencer or something you were saying earlier.
Mhm.
We need more refrigerator repair. We need HVAC. We need a lot of things. And I think that some people may discount their lives and where they're going because it doesn't look a certain way. Shift the career of that into staking out my own and creating my own path,
Mhm.
it was a defining moment for me because a lot of people said, "Are you crazy?" And what you gonna do when just things that are the right things to think. But I'm one of those people. I'm tenacious. When I want something, I find a way to get it. So that was awesome for me to be able to move from education to. I feel like I'm still educating, working for myself mostly.
Mhm.
Operating Pretty Lady Pole Fit was such a gratifying phase of my life because it was something that my business partner and my best friend and I just
Mhm.
we brainstorm. We're good girlfriends. We mess around and have a little wine and say, what if we did this? What if we did that? And those what ifs became a business. Those I think I can. Do you think I can? I think you can. You think I can? That became a business, and I will be forever grateful and indebted to her. We
Mhm.
also proved that friends can and make sure you don't mix certain aspects of your life. But at this big age, I only want to work with people I'm friends with. I only want to work with people I like. I only want to work with people that I have something invested in and they have something invested in me. So to own and operate Pretty Lady Pole Fit for 8 years, probably more. I like to encapsulate things kind of small.
Mm-hmm.
It may have been more than that. Where you met me, where a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people, I saw a lot of people come through those doors.
Mm-hmm.
We touched a lot of lives that went beyond pole.
Mm-hmm.
We were able to connect with people on different levels, from fitness to self-esteem, to people who had high blood pressure or were on medications and they were able to get off, and they didn't realize it. They didn't realize it because we created that environment where, number one, we're gonna accept you as you are, right?
Yep.
I don't know what you want to look like, but that ain't, and I don't know. But just to let those things go, those expectations. There was not a mean girl spirit in that. I don't
Mm-hmm.
operate like that. So people were able to thrive and grow. I've seen several of our students open up their own post studios.
That's
I've seen
awesome.
several, yeah, past students from Pretty Lady Pope that be instructors now. So
Mm.
it warms my heart when I see that, because it's like that Pretty Lady Pulpit legacy is continuing through those people. And I just love that so much. Like, a lot of people don't like for people to do something that they're doing, which is crazy to me. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
48. I always blame things on being older. I like when people are doing something that they were inspired by me to do. So I think that that's another, thing that rings in my head about when people think of career and how it's moving, and milestones.
Mm-hmm.
I see them in the people that I interact with. Even you, D, even you.
Thank
Like, I
you.
remember, and I'm so proud of you and how our lives
Thank
shape
you.
and shift and manifest themselves in different ways. You could think you're going down path A, but maybe by the time we meet up, we're on path E. And
Mm-hmm.
the growth in that is something that I'm grateful for, because somewhere along the line you thought of me and you kept me in your thoughts, and we stayed connected. Somehow the universe kept spinning us back together,
Mm-hmm.
and it gave me the opportunity to be on your platform,
Mm-hmm.
and it gave, me the opportunity to hear that I affected you in a positive way. And in my opinion, that is the end of the day, that's what we're supposed to do. So I can go to bed. I can go to sleep now
Yeah.
because I can be.
Most
For sure
definitely. Like, I
though.
mean, it's funny because like how I found you again was so
Hmm.
I remember I was like, hold on, what's the lady's name? I was like, I had moved back to Maryland or whatnot, or moved to
Hmm.
Maryland. And so I was like, hold on, I want to find somewhere to go. And then I ended up moving to DC, and I was like, hold on, is it still open? Oh man,
Right,
dang. So
right,
I
right.
went and I Googled, and I was like, okay. And I think I came
Google is
across
still your
IG,
friend. Hmm.
IG, and I looked. I was like, hold on. So I started following. I think I had found you through somebody, but I found you. And
You
so then
found
I was like,
me.
hold on. She makes some juices. I had got some juices, some a juice cleanse from you, and I really
Hmm.
liked that one
Hmm.
because it wasn't bitter. Like some of them are too bitter, you cannot even taste. And like, yeah,
Baby, I always tell people I ain't gonna eat nothing bad. I don't care how healthy it is. If it don't taste good, no thank you. So when I create things, I don't care. No thank
yeah.
you. So when I create, I do milk prep,
Your screen
I do
froze.
all the things that I do for clients. I am literally in there like, I don't like the way that tastes. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Am I back?
The screen
Am
is
I how I am
it
I
keeps
good?
freezing. Yeah, you're good now, but it keeps like it
Oh
freezes, like
no,
keeps going in and out.
okay.
Yeah.
The devil don't want me to win.
Mm.
Tell me when I'm back on.
You're back on. It just was yeah, it
Okay.
just freezes like a little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I'm in the house. I'm being still. I'm on the Wi-Fi. Doing all my
Yeah.
checks. But if it freezes, I'm so sorry.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to tell you, I was like, you're freezing. So what advice would you give someone in terms of pursuing this career?
Let's see what happened, my notes.
Looking into
Okay.
build a career that merges fitness.
I, I say study, read, and research. The SRR. Study the body, study exercise, fitness, and how it, and what
Mhm,
it does. A lot of
mhm,
people find something for them that works for
mhm,
them, and they have
mhm,
great results from it.
mhm,
And then they call themselves a trainer or a coach,
mhm,
and it's okay short term,
Mm-hmm.
Because with anything, some people will get a benefit from it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
when you expand your knowledge
Mm-hmm.
and you know what you're doing
Mm-hmm.
in terms of different body types, different
Mm-hmm.
just in general, it
Mm-hmm.
really takes your education up a level. I research everything from what the American Fitness Council is saying to the government stats of what,
Mm-hmm.
like you had some earlier on how
Mm-hmm.
many we have on in this
Mm-hmm.
era, how many in this. You got to know the data to kind of know how to shift it and know what trends are and what's trending and what's not, and what
Mm-hmm.
part of the trends won't you care about. So
Mm-hmm.
it can be a lot. So that's why I say study, read, and research. That's what will take
Definitely.
you to where you want to go.
Definitely. So, what unique? Well, no, I already asked you about challenges, but this is getting into as a Black woman. So,
Here we
what
go.
unique challenges have you faced as a Black woman in the fitness industry?
Some of this can be kind of heavy, and I don't like to be really heavy with things
Mm-hmm.
because I'm an
Mm-hmm.
overcomer.
Mm-hmm.
So I try not to dwell. But in my opinion, because it's Black History Month,
Mm-hmm.
operating in any space as a Black woman has a
Mm-hmm.
degree of difficulty that I don't think people realize. Because one of two things, several things can happen. I've had people challenge me based on just information about being smart about the body. If this hurts, what's that right there? That is, just where the bicep muscles is two muscles, and with one wraps around and goes through your shoulder, I can see why this is hurting because it's a, posterior anterior movement. Like I really have to talk with people, which is fine.
You're freezing again.
And I can tell that did I stop freezing?
Yeah,
I
just a
feel
little
like
bit.
my
Well,
heart
no,
was
it's
gonna
freezing
stop.
again. Well, yeah. Okay, you're stop freezing. Yeah.
Okay, I'm okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that part as a Black woman, the challenge of knowing your stuff is true. Is true indeed. So, at any point, at any moment, someone could ask me some very obscure question that may be just them trying to check me and see if I know my
Mm-hmm.
ligaments and my tendons and my muscles. And sometimes I have to laugh and answer the question, but I can tell
Mm-hmm.
what that is. Other times, people believe that. Um, because I'm a woman and because I'm pretty, of course people will hire me because
Mm-hmm.
as if that's enough or as if that's all I have to me, if you know. So that's one other challenge. I think the last one I'll say is being accepted in the world that, as most of the world is dominated by men, and
Mm-hmm.
going into those rooms as a woman and a fitness person and being
Mm-hmm.
fit, and guys, they're the ones that's fit. Well, you are until I walked in. Now we are the ones that's fit because I'm fit too. So so those kind of things happen on a weekly, I would say, for me still as a Black woman.
And how do you advocate for inclusivity and representation in fitness spaces?
Advocate. Well, I believe I advocate by doing my job.
Mm-hmm.
When women come to me, when Black women come to me, when Black people come to me, I immediately do a little bit more of a deep dive into them and into what their goals are because it can be very flat. When I just want to work out, I just want to, it becomes more about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that for us, our relationship with food, culture,
Mm-hmm.
background,
Mm-hmm.
and being fit and what that looks like and feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I advocate for my people to understand what that means to you for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's how I advocate. But I'm gonna do that in general. I think
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when I get Black clients, their goals are very short-sighted, and I think, excuse me, through
Mm-hmm.
the talks, the
Mm-hmm.
consultations, and me listening and following up and noting things. I make lots of notes. I like to write things down still. It helps me to be better for them.
And I can say that that is true because, like, when I I met you, I was like, I need to lose weight or whatever. And I recall you saying, well, it takes like a year just to like build that body and get back on to get on track. And people are like, huh? Because it does take 21 days to break a habit, supposedly.
And that's just the
Supposedly.
habit portion. That's
Yeah.
and it's usually 21 to 25 days.
Yep.
But that's just the habit part. That's not even going, there's levels to this. And I always tell people and I am very strict
Hmm.
on clients because there's levels to this. Level one is becoming a habit. Level two is um, developing a better relationship with food and
Hmm.
nutrition and what that is. Level three is doing it right, doing the exercises right, and not getting hurt. Level
Hmm.
four, I'm sorry, my dog is barking. Can you
No,
hear
no,
it,
it's
please?
okay. He's okay.
Oh my
He
God.
okay.
So,
I'm an animal person, so that don't
but let
bother
me let
me.
my baby in because he is probably
Okay.
like, wow,
Yeah, let him in.
I'm
I'm an animal person, so
here. He's just
us
yelling at me,
animal
telling
people
me,
understand.
thank you.
You're
So,
welcome.
that's what I mean, like the levels that it takes in order to really do this the right way and
Hmm.
do this as a lifestyle. I've
Hmm.
had clients who don't want to hear all that. They got 2 months, they going to Hawaii, and let's get it. Period. So,
It's okay. It's okay.
Tank, go to bed. Go ahead, Tank. He has someone at the door. He's my guard dog for sure. If you know me, you know Tank. And he's a German Shepherd, and he's all of
Yes.
100 pounds. And if he hears somebody blink hard, he gonna bark. So I'll say that. So yeah, that's kind of like
Hmm.
how I am as a trainer. It just
Hmm.
depends. Like I said, some people want to redo their lives, you
Hmm.
know, um, and some people want to get fit in 60 days, and it's balls to the wall. So it just kind of depends on what you want. And once I do my consultation and my interview to see where you're at as a client and what I can
Hmm.
really do
Hmm.
for you, because sometimes if I don't really think I
Hmm.
can do it for you, I won't do it. I am not the best, easiest trainer. It's not just do these 5 things. It's check-ins, homework, meal
Hmm.
plan, meal prep. What did you it's answering to me. And it can be hard for people who are not as invested as they think they are. My hair just sticking out.
Because I remember you saying, you're like, yeah, y'all like me now, but I'm gonna turn into Arminta the tormentor.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna work you out. I'm gonna make sure you
So
work
that's a
out.
real
And I
thing.
remember I was doing something, and she was like, "No, this is not how you do. No,
Not yet.
up,
Because you just be
yeah."
doing your own thing, baby. You just be in your
I
own world, making up and you're doing something. But there's nothing that I said. It's
do.
like,
I know,
what?
right?
How we get here? What is this? But I believe in doing things
Back
right because a
straight.
lot of
I
right.
remember
Because if you
that.
don't do them
Yeah.
right, then you
Yep.
can hurt yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
injury is a problem. And injury is why a lot of people stop exercising. And injury can be
Mm.
why a lot of people don't return to exercising. Can
Mm.
recall getting hurt, and it scares them, and they stay away from it,
Mm-hmm.
thinking they're helping themselves heal. But at the same time, you're deteriorating as you do that. So it's very important to do the exercise correctly. It's
Mm-hmm.
very important to know what you're doing, why you're doing it, what muscles are
Mm-hmm.
being affected. Um, that's again the teacher in me. I'm going to educate you. I'm going to let you know what's going on.
And definitely, like you touched on some of it, like the expectations of what people want versus, well, no, what they want versus what they need. So like
Yeah.
with things going on now, you got the semi-glutides, glutoids. You have the Wegovys, the Monjaros, the Ozempics. Ozempic.
I don't think that was the commercial. I think you remixed that. I think that was something else.
No, they bet or something, but
That's
no,
not the
like
commercial, D. But anyway, I'm not gonna do this with you.
so no,
That
with that
all of
going
those
on.
things are trends,
Hmm.
and I don't want to disparage
Hmm.
anyone from getting it how you decide to get it.
Hmm.
I think that we live with a lot of guilt and shame, and there's this culture of shaming people and all of these things that people want to present and look like a
Mm-hmm.
way. But look, at some point, with anything that is short term, it will be
Mm-hmm.
short term. It
Mm-hmm.
will be short term.
Mm-hmm.
You can get the Ozempic, but it's not long term. You can get the all those things you said. It's short term because if you don't fix the relationship you have with yourself and your body,
Mm-hmm.
everything will be short term. So I wait for these trends to pass while I just mind my business and sip my tea because it's it's just short term. And if you go into it knowing that, um, I applaud you because if that's what it takes to get you started, and you are aware that this is a short term thing, but it will help me jump. You have to have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a plan, you'll fail.
Mm-hmm.
With it, plan to fail to plan.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have one or the other. And if you don't, then you'll be in this hamster wheel of just looking good for 6 months, falling off for 18 months, looking good, and that's not good for your body. This is just a body. This is not a machine. So when you do those drastic things to your body, it makes me sad because I don't want anyone to be hurt or to get into a position where they're in trouble because they've
Mm-hmm.
done something short term for a long, long time.
And so the plastic surgeries, the lipo, the smart lipo, a lot of people are getting that. It's a quick fix.
Yeah,
It's the BBLs. They want
it's
the big
all a
booty.
quick fix until you don't do it. It doesn't. It's not just that and you're good. It's not just
Mm-hmm.
the lipo 360 and you're good. It's not just the BBL and you're good. It's not
Mm-hmm.
just the some people get their stomach, like the gastric, and you're good. It's
Mm-hmm.
not. It's not that. It's not that. And I know those people who've done that can say, baby, I was wrong, or I knew it wasn't going to be that, but it helped shape my life. It helped change my life. For a lot of people, it has changed their lives for the better. But they went into it knowing this is going to be this level, and then I am responsible for the next
Mm-hmm.
levels. And they've done that successfully, or they did not. And your BBL might be looking good, but you got your pockets up under your arms. Your back has rolls and rolls and rolls. And the fat will go other places. Fat will find somewhere to
Mm-hmm.
go. So if you don't do it right, you will see that the effects of that too.
And in terms of like working out, a lot of people don't know that it's a 360. You got to work on your mind first. Like if your mind is not right, you ain't going to go into it the right way. You have to like really focus on that type of thing. And I realized that cuz I had to like really get into it myself and say, "You know what? I got this." I mean, it starts you got to put the affirmations on the wall, the sticky
Yeah,
notes. You got to
yeah,
start there. Like I have them all around my area in my
good,
rooms everywhere. I am this.
good.
I am great. I am kind. I am
Yes,
beautiful. I am
yes,
slim thick. All type. Whatever you
yes.
want to be, that's great. I got this
Yes,
job. I got
whatever you
$1 million.
want to be, you
Whatever.
gotta you gotta
Yeah.
manifest it. And
Yeah.
I think speaking things out loud is so important. I think that talking to yourself is important. I mean, self-talk. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want you walking around the street yelling at yourself, but having those self-talks is so important. And a lot of people don't know what that looks like, and they've never really had anyone talk good to them, much less themselves. So they don't know what that looks like. And when I do intake with clients and
Mm-hmm.
consultations, I listen and I take notes. And I
Mm-hmm.
know the type of client who don't need that. I have some clients who don't need to know. Just tell me what to do. They trust me in that piece where I don't have it in my affirmations yet, but I trust you enough that I'm gonna do what you say. And eventually they'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have those clients who have a different relationship with exercise. So you have to applaud them every step of the way. You wore your workout shoes. I like that. You're here on time. I love you for that. Like those little things that some people be like, yeah. To other people, they mean a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, as someone who studied psychology
Mm-hmm.
in education, there's a
Mm-hmm.
psychology in fitness as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to know how to reach clients in order for
Mm-hmm.
them to build that affirmation for themselves. And somewhere along the lines, I do tell my clients to, give me 5 things you know you are without a
Mhm.
doubt. Can't nobody tell you nothing. And they'll come up maybe with three.
Mhm.
And what are 3 things that you want to be like in a year? And so as I talk to them and train them, I implant those seeds, and I do that, and they don't even know I'm doing it because they didn't forgot what they said. They didn't forgot their affirmations,
Mhm.
but I don't forget. So I'm like, it's back out summer. We gonna have our back out this summer. Yes. So come on, let's do these push-ups. I want your back to be out. And they're like, okay, okay. So,
Mhm.
and or some of them they want a butt or whatever. And I'm like, we did 100 squats today. By tomorrow, your butt gonna be big. And they're like, okay. Those things are important, and knowing how to love on people is important. And I
Mhm.
think I'm good at that because I was loved on.
Mhm.
My family, I come from a great family of women, and we're bold and we're loving, and we don't make no mistake about it. So I think I got that from my aunties and from the women who love me, my mentors, who
Mhm.
looked at me and knew and instilled in me that I'm enough. I can
Mhm.
do it, and this
Mhm.
world ain't got nothing on me. So doing
Amen.
that, I just turn around and do it to other women. I just turn around and do it to another woman because I think that's kind of like my purpose, and
Mhm.
not just women, to people in general, but especially to women,
Mhm.
because out of the 20 clients I have, 15 to 18 of them are women. I have maybe 3 men clients. So
Mhm. Mhm.
the ratio is the ratio.
Mhm. And so, how important is self care for you?
Self care is hard for me because self care means doing the stuff you don't want to do for you. Everybody wants to think that self care is masks and facials and spa days and new stuff and softness, which it is.
Mhm.
Self care is also looking in yourself in the mirror and say, you ain't do shit right this week. But next week, it's you, it's yours,
Yeah.
and you had a list of 10 things to do. You did 3 of them. That ain't even, to take a hard look at yourself is caring for yourself.
Mhm.
Taking care of yourself in the good parts of you and the bad parts of you is the best self care you can get. And that's hard for people because they don't want to look at themselves in the negative space. And
Mhm.
that means um, I know where I'm not good and I know how to do it better. Not
Mhm.
just bashing yourself, not putting yourself down. That's not self care. It's you didn't do as good as you know you can, but that's okay. Because tomorrow we back up. We back up. We got a fresh 24 hours. We got the same 24 hours as Beyonce. No. But
Mhm.
I think that is something that we fail to do, or we don't
Mhm.
know what it looks like to do it. So self
Mhm.
care for me was preparing for this podcast.
Mhm.
I stayed away from things like this. It's
Mhm.
hard for me to talk about myself.
Mhm.
I'm really a more of a doer. I like to
Mhm.
do more so than chat.
Mhm. Mhm.
So to sit down, I was like, oh my God, even remember, I needed 5 extra minutes because I want to put on some
Mhm.
lipstick, and and I
Yep.
wanted to present a way.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I actually honestly think sometimes that's why my social media isn't as good because I don't present a way. I don't have the tripod and the ring light and the hair
Mhm.
ain't perfect and the edges ain't swooped and the body suit ain't on. I got a hoodie on and some sweatpants. You hear me? I look like I'm about to go teach PE. But I have to own that. Take self care as understanding that that's the type of person I am. Now, as
Mhm.
I move to want to be more in the social media world, I want
Mhm.
to discuss how I want to be,
Mhm.
and that is the goal, and it's in here. But today on your podcast, it's
Mhm.
hoodie. It's
Yeah.
hoodie. It's I just got in the house and I ran that dog around and I got back in this chair and I slapped a little lipstick on and
Mhm.
because as an entrepreneur,
Mhm.
I'm literally boots on the ground. And so self-care means that's
Mhm.
okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. You can be on the show anyway. You don't have to have your hair done and your
Yeah.
lights on and you be on. I am my brand and I want people to
Mhm.
understand that this is what fitness looks like today. Now catch
Yeah.
me on a Friday, I done got my lashes done, got me a little done. That's what look like then. It's gonna look like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but it's very important for us to take ourselves day by day and just love ourselves for who we are in the moment.
Definitely. I mean, and that's the thing. Like I love my self-care days. I'm getting my hair done. I'm getting,
Yeah,
I'm getting my
yeah,
brows done, stuff like that. That's
yeah,
and the toes done. But yeah, it's literally sometimes I don't get that list done.
yeah. And guess
And I
what?
try, but it's hard.
And guess what? Guess what about it? Guess what my good niece say, Chloe say? That's why we had tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day, and it's okay. That's why I
Yeah.
love tomorrows. So even I, as someone who's self motivated,
Hmm.
someone
Hmm.
who pushes herself, someone who pushes others. I get paid to push other people,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sometimes I don't have any left in the tank for myself. All those things are important, and all those things, when I face my the things I don't do well with love and forgiveness, then I can be better. I can do it better tomorrow. Or whatever the girls are saying.
And we talked a little bit. I know you mentioned about how some of the clients they had got off of the blood pressure medicine. And I
Yeah.
want to say that so obesity disproportionately affects the Black community. It just does, everybody. So you have 47% of Black women that are obese. You
For
have
sure.
41% of Black men that are obese. And this was back in 2023. And this
I
was
would say
given
those
from
numbers are probably about
Mhm.
57 to 60% of Black women are obese. Those numbers are probably a
Wow.
little higher than
Wow.
that.
Mhm,
And I try not to give too much stake to the
mhm,
statistics because they ain't
mhm,
asked
mhm.
everybody. Because I
Yeah,
know
they ain't ask
some very
everybody.
small, not in shape people too. It works both ways.
Wow.
But I think that health first,
Mhm, mhm,
image look third. I won't even say second. Health first. Adopting healthier lifestyles as far as our
mhm,
relationship with food in our culture is
mhm,
probably the hardest part for us because we eat when we celebrate. So
mhm,
we relate eating to celebrate birthday, we eat.
mhm.
Anniversary, we eat. If something come up, baby shower, we eat. Those baby shower meatballs has the community in a chokehold. When things happen, Sunday dinner, we celebrate, we eat. Super Bowl, we
Mhm.
eat.
We
Anytime
eat.
something happens, we eat. So I think that eating healthy is odd to a lot of us because we see food as a celebration.
Mhm,
So I work on fixing that relationship with my women and coming up with things they do like. Cause like a lot of like, well, if they don't like it, they ain't gonna eat it. They don't care how healthy it is. They're not gonna eat it if they don't like it. So we find things that they do like, and you got to
mhm,
go through some stuff that you don't to find the things that you
mhm.
do. And once you
That's
do that, you
true.
can center on them. You can focus on the things that I do like that are healthy for me. There are things out there, and then once they get into the habit of that, they start seeking out different things, and that in turn brings their weight down, brings their blood pressure
Mhm,
down, brings their LDLs down, and
mhm,
cholesterol. Heart disease used to be the number one killer of Black women in
mhm.
particular. That's why I'm excited for Saturday, the Heart Health Fair with the PG
Oh,
County Delta Sigma Thetas, because I really care
okay.
about how heart disease and how
Mhm,
arteriosclerosis and directly impacts us because our relationship with food is very different. It's very culture.
mhm.
It's a culture, but it's a culture
Yes.
that can be killing us. So that's what I don't want. I don't want the culture to kill. I want the culture to
Yeah.
heal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we have the precursors. We have, the hypertension, high blood pressure, the strokes, the
All that.
diabetes, type 1, type 2. I mean,
All of that is
kidney
correct.
failure. I mean, it's just cancer,
Yeah.
all types of things. But the one thing that causes all of that is stress. Stress causes most of that people don't realize.
Yeah.
So when people stress you out, understand that that's
I
going to
tell you,
cause
stress will kill
belly fat.
you.
That's gonna cause the
Yeah.
belly fat. That's gonna
The
cause you
cortisol.
gaining weight. The cortisol,
Hmm.
exactly.
It
And
builds
so
up
that's
in your
why they
blood
say
vessels.
wake up. They said work out
Yep.
because like when you suffer from depression or whatnot, they
Hmm.
say work
Hmm.
out, drink water, stuff like that.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm going working out, stuff like that, because you will not break my soul. Like Beyonce said, you won't break my soul.
I love how we quote Beyonce. Quoting that girl.
Yes. So it's interesting because like food in general, the food that Big Mama ate back in the day is not the same food that we're eating. It has hormones and all types of things in it.
It is, and it's different. A lot of people, again, our food is part of our culture.
Mm-hmm.
And some people feel connected to our culture through food. So that is a relationship with food
Mm-hmm.
that we have to heal. And
Mm-hmm.
that can look like your new version. We are the new version of our ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to do it our way.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of times, well, I don't think, I know a lot of times the
Mm-hmm.
food that we ate came out of we had nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't ask for the chitterlings, but we made them something we could eat.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't ask for the ham hock, but we made it something delicious.
Mm-hmm.
We know how to take nothing and make something from it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that is part of our culture, and it's something to be proud of, but we can move
Mm-hmm.
beyond that to creating something that we can live with. We can't live like that anymore, because, again, like you said, there's a lot of steroids and a lot of hormones and a lot of things in the foods that weren't in the foods back then.
Mm-hmm.
We moved more back then.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have the access to different things that we have now,
Mm-hmm.
so you were able to kind of balance out how you ate versus how you moved. So
Mm-hmm.
taking all those things into consideration, it's not the same.
No.
It's not the same. So I love Southern. I'm a cooker and I love to eat. So I love fried food. I love fish. I love all the foods. Name the foods, I like them, except for like okra. I don't do my gumbo too good because I don't like the okra. I don't like the texture.
Mm-hmm.
But there are so many other foods all across the diaspora of Black
Mm-hmm.
people that I love, 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 and can cook well. And I don't stay away from them because guess what? Balance in all things. I don't always tell my clients that, oh my God, I did bad. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to crack out. I don't want you to be hiding in the closet with a pound cake. Go and get you a little bit. And even I may hide somewhere. Girl, eat that stuff. But just know, like, I may eat something that I might not be as good
Mm-hmm.
for me. I'll spend 10 extra minutes on the stairmaster,
Mm-hmm.
or I'll do an extra, set. This for my, this my chocolate cake set. So instead of 3 sets, I might do four. Because I'm gonna have me a little chocolate cake and I'm gonna have me a little
Yeah.
milk with it. I'm going to do that. I don't believe in denying, so I'm not a diet
Mm-hmm.
type of person. I do meal plans, meal guides,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a guide and it's a
Mm-hmm.
plan. Sometimes in all plans and guides we deter a little bit, but we still got our plan. We still got it around right
Yep.
here. So I don't really do diets and fat stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember I had made a cherry 7 Up pound cake. I made it twice. And I was eating it. And I shouldn't have ate it, but I had the vanilla ice cream with it. But
Mm-hmm.
again, I'm gonna eat in moderation. This was like
Yeah.
many years ago, and I was like, I'm gonna make it again one day soon.
Right.
But
When I do it, I buy a little thing of it versus the
yeah.
tub I used to get. I just get this kind of tub. It's like this.
Hmm.
And I take an ice cream scooper and scoop a scoop out. Like I don't just grab it and go sit down with it. It's little different things I got to do for me to trick myself. Some people
Hmm.
can't have it at all. I can't have it in the house. I can't have it around me. No, 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 no. I get that. And then once a month, they might go to a donuts
Hmm.
and get, so you
Yeah.
find out what you can live with. Find out what you can
Yeah.
live with and how you can live your best. Because
Hmm.
I don't want anyone not enjoying life because they really somewhere wishing they had a piece of cake. I don't want that. It's not fun. I want life to be fun.
Yeah, I agree. Like it's just whew, it's a lot. Like you have to, if you don't have some of the things that you like, you'll end up binging and gaining it back. So that's why I have
Yeah.
my cheat days. I'm
Yeah.
gonna eat my tacos. I'm
Yeah. I'm
gonna
gonna
get
have
me
them.
some Krispy Kreme donuts or something.
I miss
Especially
it.
when
I
it's that
miss it
time
so
of the
much.
month, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, I miss Krispy Kreme so much. I used to be a girl that light on. Oh, well, give
Mm,
me a dozen. No, I don't want three. Who can eat three? I don't need a dozen.
a dozen.
But it's only if the light is on. So I kind of get,
Yeah.
I wean myself off having certain parameters.
Mhm.
And I used to live down the street from the Krispy Kreme, so that was really bad because every
Mhm.
day you pass by, you can smell those donuts.
Yeah, that was the
Now,
best one, I think.
yeah, that was,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what it is. So I mean,
That's
I
what-
have those things. I haven't been to Krispy Kreme in a long time. So now I made, like you said, when that time of the month hits, I have my
Mhm.
Ghirardelli squares with the
Mhm.
caramel in them, and I'm gonna take two or three of those up to my bed so I can cry
Oh, that's
and have
great.
a couple of those. But again,
Yeah.
I don't deny myself. I'm reasonable with myself, and I have my self talks, like I said earlier.
Mhm.
You know, would you do 100 crunches for these two cookies and this ice cream? Yeah, probably. And so I might go ahead and have them because I will. Or no, or I'll pick. Do I want an extra glass of wine, or do I
Mhm.
want a dessert? I can't have both. Some days I may choose the wine. Some days I may choose the dessert. It just depends.
Mhm.
But again, I have those self talks with myself. I'm disciplined. And if I don't get it right tomorrow, like my girl Glow said, that's why I do it right the next day.
Exactly. And then also like just a fun fact with the ice cream. So back in the day, black people couldn't
Okay.
have the vanilla ice cream. So
Oh
so
yeah.
butter pecan, people love that butter pecan or
That is a
pecan.
culture thing.
They
Yes,
love
we love a
that.
little butter
They love
pecan.
that.
I
Yeah,
particularly don't enjoy pecans with my ice cream.
me
I don't want the
neither.
crunch. I don't want to crunch if I'm
Yeah.
ice cream doesn't make me want to crunch, so I'm conflicted there. But I love ice cream in general and period. So you can give me the sherbet. I even like sherbet. I like gelato.
Yummy.
Um, Again,
Yeah, I'm
again,
not
a
gelato
texture. I
girl.
think it's a texture issue for me. But I do love it.
You freezing again.
I love key lime pie. I love lemon meringue
Oh, key
and
lime pie
freezing
is
again.
good. Yes.
That's a,
Yeah, you
am I
freeze.
back?
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
back.
So I have my things, and am I back?
It's pixelizing. It's making you look
Oh,
pixel.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's
Well,
okay.
they don't need to see me no more. It's getting
No,
that
they
time. Maybe
do
my
because
phone is
you're a
telling me.
special guest. They need to see you too. But no, like I love my ice cream. I'm a vanilla person. I love my sprinkles, vanilla, the little butterscotch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
See, that's the thing.
And I'm
I love it.
TCBY too.
Right.
Yeah. So the other, let's see, which one did I? Okay, we touched on most of the questions
Okay.
because it can be too questiony. I try to tell people like, hey, I don't want it to. I mean, you
I get
answered
it. Like
most
an
of them, so yeah,
interrogation. I get it. Every
yeah,
now
because
and
it's
then.
like you gotta have a conversation. Like that's
It's
basically
called
the format.
Conversations with G.
Yeah, like for a reason. Yeah. And so, okay, what are some affirmations that you like healthy mantras that you live by personally?
It depends on the day. I wrote some down. Number one is don't stop, get it. Uh,
Don't stop getting Uncle Luke.
since it's Black History Month.
Yes.
My second one would be as long as you keep your head to the sky, um, you can win. And, you just gotta
Amen.
stay above it. Stay above it. My third one would be pushy good. I think that's a good one. Because when you're in the gym, you need to be in that mindset that we're gonna push. Some workouts are push pull, some workouts are press, but that's
Mm-hmm.
one of the ones I like because it's Black History Month.
Yes.
Let's see. I got these last ones are just general. Do unto others
Mm-hmm.
as you wish them to do unto you. So I stay respectful in my spaces because I want to give people what I want in return. And I guess my last one would be respect all, fear none. You can't go into spaces being fearful or intimidated. So respect everyone in the room, but make sure they know that you are in the room to take up space and you are worthy of respect as well.
That's good. So we have 7:02 because I try to get people out on time and
Please,
whatnot.
I gotta
So,
make
yeah.
I gotta make dinner. Taco
Yes.
Tuesday.
So
No, today's
uh
Wednesday. I don't know what's going on. I reached this cusp in my fitness
Uh-huh.
life and in my work life
Mhm.
where I forget the
Mhm.
days of the week. I'm just
Mhm.
really working, working, working. And then I'll
Yeah.
bring my head out the sand when it's time for vacation. But right now I'm in my season. It's the first quarter of the year.
Mhm.
There's a lot going on, a lot of changes, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of people's emotions and mindsets are all over the place. So
Mhm.
it's important for me to stay super, super, super focused as a trainer. And sometimes what that means for me, forgetting the days of the week, I just know I'm
Oh yeah,
working.
me too.
I'll be like, what's today?
I do that a lot.
Yeah, so I'm just really excited about, this next couple months in
Mhm.
my fitness career, just kind of doing more public speaking, helping more people reach
Yeah,
their
that's
goals,
good.
doing more 5Ks, doing more runs, and just developing that community, within the fitness world. So
Yes.
exciting.
So we can find her at
Oh,
Get Mint. Hold on, let me get the thing up because I
yeah,
had
yeah,
these
yeah.
socials. I had it.
Mhm.
Where did it go? Did I? Oh, here it
It's
is.
yep. Get
There we
Mint
go.
Fit. There I am.
That's her IG and website. And if you want to select personal training, which
Yep.
can be on a virtual element,
Yep.
a boot camp, um,
Yep.
meal plans, meal
Yep.
prep.
If you visit that website and just browse through, you'll find any and everything you may need.
Yes.
And if you see something that you need that is not there, you can email me at
Mm-hmm.
getmintfitdc, and I return the emails and ask you what's going on. I'm real plain with it. I don't need you to, you don't got to tell me a whole bunch. Just tell me what I can do for you. I'll
Now,
be
are you
like,
still doing
mm-mm.
juices? Are you still doing the juices?
Yeah, when my clients request them, I have clients who
Okay.
go off the rails a little bit, and they like, I need the summer juices. I'm ready. Some people their New Year starting in
Mhm.
March. I done did bad January and
Mhm.
February. Okay, for real, March. We still in the first quarter, right? And I say, yeah, we're still in that beginning phase. Remember, 3 months. We just got into this year. Thank you so much.
That's my
We just
mom.
got, hey, Mona. We just
Mhm.
got into this year and we got to give each other grace and give ourselves grace.
Mhm.
So some people are starting their January, March 1. And that usually
That's gonna
is,
be me.
and that's fine. That's your business. And that usually
Uh-huh.
means doing their meal prep. Some people have tried or they spent their January and
Mhm.
February getting their fitness going. And now
Yeah.
they're ready, so they'll do my juices in correlation with the meal plan, which is
Mhm.
me just telling them what to eat for dinner because the juices are all during the day. They have their healthy meals at night.
Okay.
And then they're like, okay. And some of them say, I only like, four of those juices I had. We'll replicate again just those four. And
Okay.
then, they may add in a smoothie for breakfast. So we find ways to just put the details into
Mhm.
the meal plan, but still
Mhm.
help them to be able to live their lives
Mhm.
as they normally would. Because you want to do things that you can actually do day to day.
Mhm.
And I don't know many people who can just drink four juices a day and have dinner and that be their whole life. And I don't think I don't know of anyone who would want it to be. So
Well, I gotta order some for March because my
yeah,
birthday is April 24th. So yeah. I
there you
turned
go.
40 this year. So
The big
yeah.
4-0. We'll put it together and let me know
Yes.
how I can help. If
Yes.
you
The
need me to
plum
give you
ones
your
were really
call,
good. I
I
love
will
they were
make them
all good, but
again.
I do remember the plum one and the watermelon, I think was one or
Yeah, that
something.
watermelon lime that's a
Yeah.
favorite watermelon
Yeah.
lime mix.
Yep.
So we'll just pack your schedule with those and have
Yeah.
have a salad, have things you like, have a little bit, and
Yep.
really just pump up your workout. So in a combination, you can do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
I gotta get summer fine because I got look.
Once you hit 40, is nothing is all like you gotta make sure you're doing everything right because this is the next phase of your life.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you,
Thank
everybody. Thank
you.
you,
Thank you so much for
Arminta.
having
You are
me.
welcome. We're gonna try to make this a monthly thing. We trying
Oh,
to get y'all. No, you said, remember you said
I
you would
can
like
do
to
it.
come back and
I
stuff.
would.
So
Yep. And I would
yeah,
like
so
to
yeah,
talk. We
yeah.
can talk politics, semantics, what I hate
Weight
about the world,
loss.
weight loss, what's new, new
Yeah.
classes. in the area that we may
Mhm.
can take together and just put your people
Yeah.
on to different things. Maybe meet up
Yes.
and do some fitness stuff.
Yes.
Yes. So thank you
Definitely.
so much. I gotta
You
get
are
going.
welcome.
My
Take
life is
care.
calling me.
I
All
know,
right.
right? Bye. Thank you,
Peace.
everybody.
Thank
Bye.